what would I never buy thrifted? Okay, let's get real. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Annette and this is A Vintage Splendor. I'm really excited for today's episode because I am answering your style questions. So I asked you what questions you had, you wanted me to answer, and I am going to go through all of them. Before we dive into the fun, I want to say a few important things. First off, I want to thank you all for your support. I launched this channel in May and we are at over 8,000 subscribers and I cannot believe it. I have always wanted to jump into this platform, but I hesitated because I think I was nervous, and honestly I was like, is anybody gonna care what I have to say or share? And you have welcomed me and I absolutely love this platform. I have loved connecting with all of you, all of the videos that I've shared. I want to thank you all because I would not be here on this channel without you. So next thing, I am going to be taking a little holiday break to just rest, spend some time with my family, but also just get those creative juices flowing. This is the last episode for the rest of the year and I will be back on January 12th with a brand new video. I'm really excited to start the new year with some more exciting content. So enough of the important messages. Let's get started. Got my trusty Santa mug with coffee, got my iPad with the questions. I am so excited. I don't know about you, but this time of year, I am fueled by all the coffee. I love this first question. How did your love of vintage begin? So I have always been obsessed with fashion, and I was in elementary school flipping through Vogue magazine. I asked my mom to buy me a subscription for Christmas or my birthday. I would watch fashion TV. If you remember, that channel was a sister channel to E and it was all about fashion. I watched and consumed a lot of fashion content, and you know, I started thrifting because I wanted to recreate looks that I would see in these magazines, but then I would look in the magazines and then I would look at pictures of my mom as a teen and as a woman in her 20s, and her outfits were just really beautiful. And then I would watch these old movies and I was like really obsessed with it. So it was like, I felt like I was in this fashion bubble, but then I would look at pictures and videos of my mom and it would just like reinforce this like fashion identity that is very unique to the individual. And then watching these movies from the 50s, like one of my favorites is Pillow Talk, and it was just like, I love this, and I just like love the history and just how style is so transformative over the ages and based on who's wearing that piece. And honestly, I started thrifting and buying vintage because I was 10 years old, obsessed with vintage, and the only way I could recreate looks I had in my head was going to the thrift store, because like what 10-year-old can afford Gucci? Like I couldn't. So my first thrift trip, so this is the first memory that I have. So it may not be the very first one, but it's like a distinct memory. My mom loaded up my sisters and I in the car, grew up in LA, and then we drove out to Santa Monica. 3rd Street and 4th Street at the time, they didn't have all like the national retailers, they had thrift stores, and we went thrifting. My older sister is 5 years older than me, so she was a teen and she was very much into like buying thrifted clothing and wearing the docs, and she was just very cool. So that's why we went out to these thrift stores. And I remember the first like thrifted piece, or one of the first thrifted pieces I bought, and this is the distinct memory I have, it was these corduroy flares from the 70s. At 10 years old, I was wearing corduroy flares. I mean, it's wild to me. My mom had to like alter them so that they could fit me, but I still remember that, and it's like such a fun memory. And somebody else asked what was like the first vintage piece that I purchased. I would say like the next notable piece I purchased is a vintage Gucci scarf at the like local Goodwill in the city I grew up. And I just was like digging through the bins. I think they were like 50 cents or something like that. And I was like, ooh, I love this horse bit print. And then I was like, I think this is Gucci. I was really, really young. I think I was in my teens, but like I still recognized it. And I thought, I'm gonna buy this. And then of course, later on, I realized that it is Gucci. It didn't have the Gucci tag on it, but I still have that piece. It's been 25 years. Okay, I love this next question. It's, what is the funniest thrifting story or the funniest item you've seen thrifting? There are two, and I would say they're more gross than funny, because I'm like, who would donate this and what person would actually look at this and put it out on display? So one was a Sophie the giraffe, visibly used. So Sophie the giraffe, I'm going to put a picture, is a chew toy that you give to babies when they're teething. So these things like are covered in slobber because kids put it in their mouth, but then they get dragged on the floor and all that stuff. So like, A, why would you donate that? And B, who's buying that? The next item, let's just say it comes from an adult shop, and it was in the home decor section. And I was like, what are these? Like, this can't be. And I didn't touch them, but I took a picture and I did a Google Lens search, and literally it was page after page. That's what it was. So somebody like was like, you know what? I'm done with these. I'm just gonna donate them. And the fine folks at the thrift store were like, oh, we can package this up as a set of two, and this is going in the home decor section. Okay, I love this next question. It says, any tips to make purchases that you don't end up regretting later? Yes. So as much as I love shopping, you know, I love shopping, I also love to have money in my account. I like to see it grow in the markets. I like to have a retirement account. I don't shop retail, so I don't really have that impulse to just like buy when there are sales, but there are sometimes items that I see on websites like The Real Real, or even high-end vintage shops, or even on eBay. I give it a good 24 hours to 48 hours wait time. I see it. So I would say for you, if you are a Revolve gal or you just like to shop other websites, give it 24 to 48 hour cool off period. You think you love it, just wait. If you still love it after the period that I'm telling you, then buy it. Of course, if you have the money for it, buy it. This is a little bit harder to do, of course, if you're at the thrift store, at the flea market, because if you don't buy it right then and there, it's probably not going to be there the next time, and it's gonna, somebody else is gonna buy it. So in that situation, I would say is check your wish list. I have like my unicorn wish list on my iPhone. It's on the Notes app. It's things that I really, really want, so that when it is that moment and I'm thinking like, should I buy this? I refer to that list. If I have the money for it, I go for it. So if you have the budget for it and it's on your unicorn list, go for it, because nothing keeps us up at night like vintage we didn't buy. So I always say that. Okay, next question. Okay, another question. So do you believe in following your season, colors that are better for you or not? I don't. I don't follow the trends. I honestly just wear what makes me happy. There are certain colors that I do avoid because I just don't think that they look that great on me, and maybe this is a seasonal thing. I don't know, but I don't follow these like trends that are happening. Like caramel does not look good on me. I think every other color I do wear, and I think I know how to style up to make it look great, but I don't follow that, and I just follow the item and like whatever that piece is and how I can style it up. Ooh, best bras. This is so important. I think having really great, supportive and comfortable bra is as important as the outfit as you're wearing. And I would say I switch between like bralettes that are just comfortable, that I can wear under t-shirts or even under some of my slip dresses. But when I need support, I always rely on Wacol. I've partnered with the brand over the years, but it is consistently one of the brands I've been wearing for 20 something years. I'll be honest, they're not the sexiest looking, but they are the most comfortable, most supportive bras ever, and they come in a range of sizes. I have like an odd size. I'm like a size 30C, and they offer that size, so I get that perfect fit, and I just look great, and I feel supported, and I'm comfortable under everything I'm wearing. Ooh, this next question, what would I never buy thrifted? Okay, let's get real. I've bought pretty much the full gamut of stuff at the thrift store: swimsuits, bodysuits, lingerie, and I wear it. But like, I would definitely not buy just straight up underwear that's been used. But I would say, like, most important things that I would not buy is if it requires too much repair, if it's stained and I don't know what it's stained with, if it's just super holey and destroyed, that is beyond the realm of repair. I sometimes see really beautiful antique lace pieces, but it's like the lace is falling apart. There's no reason to buy that because it's just literally going to disintegrate. So I feel like even with furniture, if it is just so banged up and broken, I wouldn't buy it. But I feel like furniture can be salvaged, it could be repainted, it could be reupholstered. When it comes to clothing, I think if it just doesn't fit and if it's just beyond the point of repair, then you just admire the piece for the potential it could have had, and then you move on. So everybody wants to see me style my latest haul. This is from the flea market from the other day. That is going to be a separate video. I bought so many pieces, like that requires its own video. Stay tuned. Let's see. Oh, is your wedding ring vintage? So my engagement ring, I think that's probably what you're asking, is not vintage. Alan custom designed it. Let's see if I can get up a close-up for you. So it's like a round cut diamond with black diamonds around it. Black like my heart. Just kidding. And then the wedding band is just like a thin band of diamonds. And to be honest, I sometimes forget to wear it. I like my engagement ring, and that's what I wear all the time. So somebody wanted to know, okay, so I usually wear vintage set pieces separately, but how can I wear them together without looking costumey? I would say the easiest way to do that is to add a modern belt. Depending on what the piece is. I have this gorgeous Oscar de la Renta set. It's the white one with the green leaves on it. It's very, very like 1940s style. I add my black leather belt with the studs on it, the one that Carrie Bradshaw wore in Sex and the City, and then I do some like colorful heels, and then this outfit is like goes from looking very, very vintage 40s, very feminine, to very edgy. So I definitely think playing with belts is such an easy way to transform an outfit. Somebody else asks, how to spot good vintage t-shirts among the masses at the thrift store? So this is where I'm going to tell you really have to dig through and really feel the fabric. So you want to take a look at the prints, of course, but then feel the fabric. Vintage t-shirts just feel different. I don't buy them on eBay because I don't know what it feels like. And I think most of us love vintage t-shirts because they're that like softer feel, and they're just like worn in the best way possible. And the only way you're gonna be able to tell is by feeling it. Ooh, I love this question because it's a home question. So it says, I'm renovating a 1974 built kitchen remodeled with 2010s aesthetic. By the previous owner, any tips? Okay, so this is what I'm going to recommend. And so I'm not sure if you're doing like a full-on renovation or a remodel or just trying to do some minor updates, but lean into the original aesthetic and design of the kitchen, but you want to update it for the modern and more practical use. So our home was built in 1959. It's a mid-century modern ranch. Over the years, they like added layers of random countertops and backsplashes to our kitchen. And while we were renovating, like white kitchens were super popular, and so were navy kitchens, but we kept the original aesthetic of the kitchen, which was the walnut cabinetry, and did white countertops, which makes it a little bit more modern, but we definitely leaned into the mid-century modern vibe of the kitchen, but just made it more practical and functional for modern living. We changed the orientation a little bit of the kitchen as well. We opened it up, and I have to tell you, we've had this kitchen for 8 years. It has stood the test of time. It has outlasted the trends, and Semi-Handmade, which is the company we use to do our kitchen, gets so many inquiries about our kitchen. I myself get so many inquiries from people who are updating their mid-century modern kitchens, and they love it. They love the aesthetic, and I would say definitely lean into the 1970s vibe of the kitchen, which is still very modern and still very glamorous, but just make it a little bit more functional for modern living. And again, this is like the same thing that I tell people when it comes to dressing and vintage. It doesn't have to look dated, it could look really modern, and I think it's the same about interiors. Okay, so the next two questions are about alterations. So I do not do any vintage repairs myself. I take everything to the tailor, which every time I go, I'm like, I should really learn how to do proper like repairing myself. Harley likes to joke that she is a better sewer than I am, and she is not wrong. And the second part of this question is, what do you do if you love an item but it's not your size? If it's too small, I don't buy it because it's just never gonna work. But if it's something that's a little bit bigger on me, there are certain things I love, a baggier fit, like just like this jacket that I'm wearing. This is not my typical size, but I like having a looser fit in this style. If it requires some minor repairs or alterations to make it fit, then I do buy it. Next question, how do you decide what pieces to keep and what to get rid of, and how often do you do a closet clean out? If I don't love an item anymore, or it's just like not inspiring me anymore, I clear it out of my closet, and I do it pretty regularly. I do it about once a month. There are like specific pieces that I know I will never sell. They're just, I consider them staples in my wardrobe, or they're like a one-of-a-kind designer piece. And I feel like, yeah, you can go through phases where you're like not in love with certain pieces, but if you know that it's a valuable piece, like maybe hold on to it for a little while and then you can revisit it. But yeah, if it's not sparking joy, if it's not inspiring me, if I don't love it, then I sell it to you wonderful vintage lovers, because I know that it's gonna make somebody else happy, and I'm like keeping that vintage fashion economy, circular fashion going, whatever you want to call it. Let's see, and then there's like the last question is, can you do pink and red together for Christmas? Heck yes. I actually have this cute sweater that I wore a few years ago for the holidays, and it was pink and red together, and I think it's such a fun take on holiday dressing. I don't think you need to lean into gold, silver, green, and red for it to be holiday appropriate. I think you can make anything really festive, especially pink and red together is really, really cute. And I love it. And if you are looking to make pieces festive and you just like don't want to lean into holidays, again, you can add in some sequins or beading. You can add in some gold jewelry. And I think the easiest way to do this too is adding some sparkle fishnets. I just shared them on Instagram, and they were like, everyone was like blown away by how simple of an item it is, but it can transform the outfit. Like, you don't want to go out and buy a piece just to wear once. And this is why I wear sequins and beads year round, because I am not ready to leave these behind like after the holidays. I am still going to be wearing this. Okay, I think now we are moving on to the styling portion of the show. Anyways, let's go into the closet. Let's style. I was not kidding when I said the Santa mug travels with me everywhere. I just need a caffeine infusion all holiday season. Any additional information that you need, whether it's like a shopping link or a guide on my blog, I will add in the description below just to help you along the way, because I know people are gonna ask about these silver pantalones. I don't know why. I love calling pants pantalones. Maybe it's my high school Spanish coming back to remind me that it's important to speak multiple languages. Okay. Let's go into the closet and let's style. Okay, so the first question is, how can I elevate sweatshirts for the holidays? So I'm just really quickly gonna try to style this up and maybe I'll put it on. So here's a sweatshirt, and I would say to elevate this, you want to style it with some fun pants, because I'm thinking if you want to wear a sweatshirt, it's because you want to be a little bit more comfy casual. And I would say maybe style it with some fun like harem pants. You know, I love harem pants. So I've got these. You can add this sweatshirt to it, thinking about, then you can do some boots, and then do some gold jewelry or do some like big earrings. I think that could be a really. So I added in this vintage Kippies belt. It has studs and rhinestones on it. My rhinestone earrings, harem pants. If you don't have harem pants, just do some fun pants. And then I did heels, and this is really, really comfortable, really casual, but still like feels elevated and stylish, and it's perfect for the holidays. Okay, if you have no idea what to wear, what is your go-to outfit formula? It's this, actually. I'm gonna take this off of the tripod, which you could see in the mirror. Okay, let's do this. Okay, this is my outfit. When I don't know what to wear, you can change the shoes, of course, but it's always a t-shirt. I went with a really simple one that has all the holes and wearing it, which I love. And then I either do jeans or some fun pants. Today I decided to lean into metallic, and then I throw on a fun jacket, and of course because 'tis the season for sequins and beading, and I did this. So this is my go-to when I don't know what else to wear. I also have a video about my go-to outfit formulas if you want to get an idea, but it's a variation of this. This, you could swap out these leather pants for jeans and do sneakers, and you are good to go, and you look super fashionable and stylish, and it's not complicated. I love this next question because it's definitely a different one for me, because I don't work in a conservative environment. So this question is, what types of outfits would you wear if you had a very conservative banking job and meet with clients? So of course, suiting is pretty much the norm in a lot of more corporate environments, and I would try to lean into suits that have prints or have like a touch of color, just so you feel that you are bringing a little bit of personality to that look without being like so flamboyant about it, because I get it, like some industries you can't do that. So I do have a suit set. I think it's the only one that I have, but I'm just going to give you an idea of what you could do with it. Okay, this is the only suit I have. It is a skirt suit. It's from Trina Turk. I love it. But this is what I mean about bringing in some print or color, but in a much more structured and conservative fashion. So of course, this mini skirt may not fly in your environment, but you could maybe wear some tights if there is a little bit of flexibility there. But imagine this as like a longer pencil skirt, or in a pantsuit. I would say this print and the colors here are fun, but they're still doable for a very, very corporate environment. And I would add like a really pretty like jewel tone silk blouse under this. You know, you can do something with a bow or just something that's buttoned up all the way to the top. I'm thinking like a light teal or an aqua. You could do a blush. You could even lean into the fuchsia here and just have it buttoned up. Wear the pants or like the longer skirt with this, and you're still very, very conservative. You're very, very professional, but you're letting your personality come through. Years ago, I did work in a very conservative corporate environment, and this is how I dressed. And I would say, like, I would get comments from people who were in finance, who were in legal, who were in the management office, that they loved that I was able to add a little bit of personality to my professional outfits. And I don't think professional needs to be boring. So you don't need to wear just like a simple gray or black suit with like a white shirt. You could do something a little bit more fun and a little bit more elevated, but still keep things very, I think, intentional and corporate in that environment. So I hope that helps. What am I wearing for New Year's, and do I have any ideas? I don't know where I'm wearing for Christmas or even Harley's holiday concert on Thursday night. That's 2 days away, but nothing like a little bit of styling on the fly. So for New Year's, I really love to lean into silver and glitter and sequins. So I usually just pull pieces together that just deliver that sparkle and festive feeling. Okay, I think I would wear this metallic knit skirt, and I love the idea of wearing it with my 90s Manolo boots, and then maybe doing like a very cozy sweater, but that's still festive. So I think I'm going to style that up in a second and show you what I'm thinking. This is the reality for me for New Year's. We usually celebrate it with family or with my friends at home. Kids are involved, so I'm always looking for pieces that are casual, elevated, but comfortable. That's why I reached for this metallic knit skirt. I love it. It just makes me feel really, really great. And it's important is to feel really great, especially since we're going to be up until the wee hours on New Year's Eve. But I just wanted to keep it really elegant. So I added in my Manolo 90s boots. I kind of just scrunch them up. They have a low heel, so they're comfortable. I can run after the kids. I can wear them all night long, and they're really comfy. And then just kept it really simple with a tissue thin black turtleneck. If you don't have one, get one because you will wear it all the time. And then this is a vintage Jill Stewart belt. It has just enough flare that it keeps this outfit from being too boring, and then it pulls in the gold from the earrings. So this is what I would wear at home if you're just hanging out at home and just want to feel really elegant. And like, I would say this is very like edgy Caroline Bessette Kennedy. If you're kind of following my train of thought on that, I would say if I'm going out, I would probably wear this Victor Costa dress that I have that is gold lame and velvet. Styling red for Christmas. Oh, this is so easy. So I would definitely bring together separates and style them together. I have a red skirt. Let's look at it. Okay, so bringing together red. Okay, so I've got this skirt, and I actually just recently styled it up on YouTube Shorts with my sequined little jacket, and I wore a vintage 1950s sheer blouse under it. So that's one option. Another option, okay, I had to get hands-free. Okay, so you could do this cropped little Angora knit sweater, and instead of going monochrome all red, I have my vintage Yves Saint Laurent skirt with the amazing print and this fringe. So I would do these two together, and a belt and some gold jewelry, and that's a fun little red outfit. Let's see what else we have. Okay, we live in LA, which means it's 70 degrees, typically on Christmas Day. So you could even get away with a cute mini dress like this. This is from Stod. I love the brand. I bought this at Crossroads, and look at how cute these bows are on the shoulders. So something like this I would wear with black tights and just add in some platform heels, and then do an overcoat, and you've got a cute little festive dress. Let's see. Another red outfit. I mean, do you have silk pajamas or like a leisure suit? I would lean into that, because if you're just hanging out at home, you want to feel put together, but you want to feel like relaxed. Maybe do like a leisure suit. This is my Diane von Furstenberg. It is a cool little like leisure suit. I love it. And this feels like pajamas. Does not look like pajamas. You could wear this on Christmas morning, hanging out with the kids, but still feel super glam. I hope that helps. Okay, another question is give us all the holiday outfits, some variety things out of the box. Okay, watch my last YouTube video. I styled 4 secondhand looks for the holidays. Each one was a little bit different. Couple casual, something for date night with the girls, and 2 for cocktail parties. I used colors that you wouldn't traditionally wear for the holidays, and I think that's a really great video. So go back and watch that because I think that'll give you some styling inspiration for the next few weeks. Okay, I love this next question. Styling statement necklaces. I have a lot of them. And are they out? How would you modernize them? So I'm wondering if you are talking about those like huge bauble necklaces from the J. Crew era. I think you can make them look cool. Okay, this is how you're going to modernize it. You want a scarf. And funny enough, this is the scarf, the Gucci one that I was mentioning that I got. So you are going to just fold it up and then you want to tie it around your neck. This is going to be the base for your statement necklace. I'm going to lose the sequin jacket. Okay, let's go to where my jewelry is. As I mentioned, this is your base, and with statement necklaces, more is more. So I'm just going to start adding on a few at a time, and I feel like a statement necklace just works better with the casual outfit in my opinion, but of course you do you. That is also my motto, do what works best for you. So these are both statement necklaces, and I love the brand Dylan Lex. I don't know if you follow them on Instagram, but she does a lot of statement jewelry and she loves to layer, and I just love getting inspiration from her. Okay, so kind of this, I leaned into like the silver and turquoise, but look at how cool this looks. I would totally rock this even with this outfit. And this is a fun way to rework pieces that you have, because you know, trends are so cyclical, and like if you love a piece, you want to keep it. And I would say like this turquoise is screaming to get paired up with a million other things. So this is how I would style my statement jewelry. Okay, this next question is interesting ways to style a cardigan. I love this. I love to play with my cardigans. I don't have very many. I think I have a white one. I have my Missoni one, which is so good that my sister borrowed it, so I can't use that as a styling tool. But I think I'm going to style up this colorful one from Cezanne, because it's a different shape than the Missoni one that I love. The Missoni one is longer, it's a looser fit, it's v-neck. This one buttons up to the top. So I'm going to show you how I would style this one a couple of ways. I just pulled these pieces together, so I can't even tell you if there was a styling process behind it. I apologize, but just want to show you that with a cardigan can totally change the vibe of an outfit. And I just pulled pieces together that I think you normally wouldn't think to style together. So this denim patchwork jacket, it's considered a jacket, it's a vest, but then it's very summery, but then I wanted to kind of just play up the blues in both of these pieces. So I thought I'm just gonna throw this over it, and I really liked it, and then added in these cropped wool pants and then the boots. So I think without this jacket, this looks very, very modern, very monochrome, but then the cardigan just adds like a nice cozy feel, almost like the grandpa vibes that we want, and it softens it up a little bit. So with a cardigan, I like to just let the piece kind of do the styling for me. And I know that might be frustrating to hear because you probably want a formula, but I just kind of play with it. So I'm just going to show how I would style this with a skirt and then belted, and then that just again is another way to rework a cardigan that you have. I haven't styled this suede dress in a long time, so I thought let's abandon the skirt idea and go with the dress. And I wore the cardigan over the dress, added in this vintage scarf as a little neck detail tie, and then belted it at the waist, and then added in some boots. So I would say, like, sometimes just lean into the styling. I would say wearing like a granny cardigan over a suede dress is probably a little bit more unexpected, but essentially, like, this is a good formula to lean into if you feel like you need to have these outfit formulas in your head. So I would say cardigans are amazing over anything. It could be a t-shirt, it could be a dress, it could be a turtleneck, it could even be over a sweatshirt, and then belted to just really accentuate your waist. It like is really beautiful on a lot of body types and silhouettes. And then your bottoms could be a skirt, it could be pants, it could be jeans. You could always just leave it, you know, like unbelted, but I just think belting it really helps pull together the outfit. So I think if I just left this unbelted, it would probably not look very stylish. We could actually see what it looks like right now. I think it would just look a little frumpy, and I think cardigans can do so much more for an outfit. See, this just looks whatever. And even if I added the belt on this and left this as a layering piece, I think still a little too frumpy and not the look we're going for. This was so much fun. I loved answering your style questions. We have to do it again. Just a quick reminder that I am taking a little holiday break from YouTube, but I will be back with brand new content on Friday, January 12th. If there's anything you want to see from my platform, please leave it in the comments below. If there's anything that I was able to link to, whether it's like guides on my blog or shopping links, it's all in the description below. Happy holidays. Just want to thank you all again for making my entree into YouTube so special. I absolutely love sharing with you every Friday. So I will see you soon in the new year. Bye.